So I noticed a common denominator in every smart person that I've ever spoken to. They are not closed-minded. You could say something to a smart person that they disagree with, but you would never know. I'll give you an example. Let's say that a smart person bought their dog from a breeder, and someone said to them, "You are out of your mind for getting your dog from a breeder. You should have adopted your dog." A smart person is going to be curious about that, and they're going to say something like this: "It sounds like you have a reason for saying that." And then they're going to listen to what the other person says and create a steelman argument for that person, even make their case stronger, even if they don't agree with it. That might sound like this: "In addition to what you said, if more people adopted dogs, far fewer would be euthanized." And once the person feels heard, then they might ask a question to point out the problem. That might sound like this: "What do you do in those situations when someone wants a dog, but they want a very specific kind of a dog, like a purebred Cavapoo puppy that's red and only 7 weeks old?" Then they might listen further, and simply after the person talks, if they continue arguing, might simply just say, "Okay." And there is no argument there, because okay subconsciously says there's nothing else to discuss here. It's the same thing with our prospects, right? We have a tendency to be closed-minded and talk them out of something. So if you're selling SDR services on demand and you talk to an agency owner, and the agency owner says, "We generate all our business via inbound from referrals," a smart person wouldn't try to argue with that person. They would be open-minded and be curious. They would say something like this: "Wow, that's amazing. I rarely hear that. It seems like you cracked the code on turning customers into raving fans." And after listening to the response, they may simply ask a question to point out a potential problem. That might sound like this: "It seems like you're generating a consistent flow of clients every single month." Or they might say, "I often hear from other agency owners that there's sort of a feast and famine rut associated with relying only on inbound leads. How are you guys dealing with that?" And they might just listen. And then they might say, "It seems like you considered using outbound." Smart people don't have a closed mind, they have an open mind. Be curious. If you want to be a smarter person and a better salesperson, stop being closed-minded and be more curious. In other words, don't fight the resistance, join the resistance.